Welcome to online practical session of Mechanical Measurement and Metrology. Myself Abhishek Trivedi from Mechanical Engineering Department at LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. Today we are going to start our practical with the aim of to measure the linear dimensions by using the vernier caliper. Now before going for the actual practical of the vernier caliper, first of all let us understand the constructional features, or we can say the constructional details of the vernier caliper, because it is a very helpful instruments for the subject. Now the particular image shows the vernier caliper. The vernier caliper contains the internal jaws. These internal jaws are useful for measurement of the internal dimensions. Suppose you have to measure the internal diameter of any of the hole, then you are supposed to use the internal jaws. Suppose there is a bearing has been provided, and if you are suggested that you have to measure the internal diameter of the bearing, then you are using the particular internal jaws. Any of the hole has been provided, there is no limitation of the only we are supposed to measure the round section. We can measure the internal dimension of the, let's say, square section. There is a square hole, there is a, let's say, rectangle hole. Then whatever the dimension is there, whatever the shape of the particular hole is there, whatever the shape of any kind of the internal dimension is there, we can measure those all internal dimensions by using the internal jaws. Against that we have the external jaws. External jaws are useful for measurement of the external dimensions. Like if we have to measure the any kind of the external dimension, like if we have to measure the length, if we have to measure the width, if we have to measure the height of any of the particular component, then we can use the external jaws. Suppose if we have to measure the outer diameter of any of the components, suppose if you have to measure the any of the, let's say, outer dimensions, external dimensions, then we are supposed to use external jaws for the measurement. All the jaws are to be hardened at this particular stage. So it is suggested that you have to make sure that whatever the component has been held, the component should be held at that particular position, so we can measure the dimension very much easily. Then there is a screw clamp has been provided. The screw clamp is used to lock the scale, or we can say it is used to lock the auxiliary scale over the main scale. This bracket is known as the auxiliary scale. In the auxiliary scale, it is start with the 0 value, then 1, 2, 3 up to we have the 9. Okay, and then we have 0. So we can say that in between 0 to 1 we have the 5 division, from 1 to 2 we have the 5, 5, 5, so on. So we can say that we have total 50 division over the auxiliary scale. And then we have the main scale. This is known as a main scale. The main scale contains the two different scalings, or we can say the main scale contains the two different unit system. The one side of the main scale will contain the dimensions in the inch, and the other side of the main scale contains the dimension in the let's say centimeter and the mm. Okay, it's combination of centimeter and mm. So we have the two different dimensioning system, we have the two different unit system in the main scale. At the end of the particular vernier caliper, we have the depth rod. The depth rod is there. The depth rod is basically used to measure the depth of the given component. Suppose there is a blind hole is there, okay, and you are suggested that you have to measure the depth of that particular hole, then by using the depth rod you can measure the depth of the given component. So that's why we are using the depth rod. Okay, so this is the basic constructional features of the vernier caliper. Now let us start the practicals to take the reading of the different components by using the vernier caliper. Okay, so let's start the practical. Okay, here we have the vernier caliper. As we have discussed in the theory section, that this is the internal jaws, these are the external jaws, this one is the main scale, and this one is the auxiliary scale. This is the depth rod which is available for the measurement of the depth. So let us start the different readings of the different components. Okay, so let us start the measurement of the width of the given component. So to measure the width of the component, first of all extend the vernier caliper. We have to measure the external dimensions. So we have to measure the dimension from the external jaws. Place the particular component inside the external jaws. Then this is the locking nut. Lock the particular workpiece over there. Then you can easily remove the workpiece. Now start the reading. So you have to take the reading from the 0 point of the auxiliary scale. First of all check the particular position of the 0 point of the auxiliary scale where it will coincide with the main scale. So as you can see from the main scale reading, you can check this particular 0 point is coincide in between the 34 and 35 mm. So you can check from the video, the particular point is coincide with the particular 0 point is coincide with the in between the 34 and 35 mm. So we can say that the main scale reading of the particular vernier scale, that is 34 mm plus something. Now what is the something? So to measure the something dimensions, we have gone through with the auxiliary scale. So start with the auxiliary scale and check which particular division of the auxiliary scale will make a horizontal collinear with the main scale. So check which particular dimension will make the horizontal collinear characteristics with the main scale. So from the particular auxiliary scale, you can check that the particular division of the 8 will make a proper horizontal line with the main scale. As you can check from the auxiliary scale, in between 0 to 1 there are different 5 divisions. From 1 to 2 there are another 5 divisions. So we can measure that total number of division at the point 8, that is 40. So we can say that the reading of the auxiliary scale, that is the 40 division. Now we are going to calculation. We are going for the calculation. Okay, let's start the calculation portion. Before going for the calculation, first of all let us understand the least count. Now what do you mean by least count? Least count is the smallest value that can be measured by any of the instrument is known as a least count. For our vernier case, the least count of the vernier caliper, that is 0.02 mm. The least count is also known as the minimum distance that can be measured by using the whole instrument, including the main scale as well as the auxiliary scale, that is known as the least count of the given instrument. Now let us go for the calculation. The basic equation that we are going to use for the calculation, the equation is known as a final reading is equal to the main scale reading plus auxiliary scale reading into the least count. Do remember this equation because the equation is ideal for all the practical purposes. So we are using the same equation. If we are going to take the first reading, then from the practical sessions we have note down the reading. The main scale reading would become the 34 mm. The auxiliary scale reading would become the 40 division. And the least count, we know the least count of the vernier caliper, that is 0.02 mm. Okay, if we are going to put all the values in the main equation of final reading, then the equation would become 34 plus in bracket of 40 into 0.02. So our final reading will become 34.80 mm. So this is the first reading. This is the first reading of the calculation that we have taken. Now let us go for the second reading. Now we are going to measure the outer diameter of this particular rod. So to take the outer diameter, first of all extend the vernier calipers, place the workpiece inside the external jaws, then from this using the locking knot, lock the scale. Okay, after locking the scale, check the particular reading of the given component. So as we have discussed that you have to check the 0 point of the auxiliary scale over the main scale. From the particular main scale you can check the particular 0 line of the auxiliary scale is placed in between the 5 to 6 mm. So we can say that the dimension of the particular outer diameter of the given rod, that is 5 point something mm. So we have to note down that the main scale reading, that is 5 mm. Then find out which particular division of the auxiliary scale will coincide with the main scale. So from the particular auxiliary scale, start from the 0 line. Once you are moving towards the end portion, you can check that the particular 5 number division will perfectly coincide with the main scale. So calculate the number of division in between these particular two lines, that is the 5, 10, 15, 20 and 25. So we can say that the auxiliary scale reading, that is a 25 division. Now we are moving to the calculation portion. Okay, let us start the calculation. We know the equation as we have already discussed that the final reading is equal to the main scale reading plus auxiliary scale reading into the least count. Okay, for reading we have noted down that the main scale reading will be 5 mm. Auxiliary scale reading will be the 25 division and the least count for the vernier caliper, that is 0.02 mm. So if you are going to put all the values in the main equation, that is final reading equation, then the equation would become 5 plus in bracket of 25 into 0.02. So our final reading of the given component, that will be 5.5 mm, or we can say 5.50 mm. So that this is our calculation of the second reading that we have taken. Now let us go for the third reading. Let us take the third reading. We have the particular housing carries the bearing, and if we have to measure the internal diameter of this particular bearing, then to measure the internal diameter we have to use these internal jaws. Now how to measure the internal diameter? So first of all extend the vernier caliper, then place the vernier caliper, internal jaws of the vernier caliper inside the bearing, then lock the scale with using the locking nut, and then move on to the reading. As we have discussed that, first of all check the particular 0 position of the auxiliary scale. As you can see from the scale that the 0 position is coincided in between the 25 and 26 mm. So we can say that the dimensions of the particular internal diameter of this particular bearing, that is 25 point something mm.
Now check which particular auxiliary scale line is perfectly coincide with the main scale reading. So from, if you are moving from the 0, then you can check that this particular 6 number division that is perfectly coincide with the main scale. So you have to calculate the number of division. So number of division, that is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 and 30. So we can say that the auxiliary scale reading, that is a 30 division, and the main scale reading, that is a 25 mm. Now we are moving on to the calculation.
Okay, we have noted the reading. Then let us go for the calculation purpose. We know the equation. Final reading is equal to the main scale reading plus auxiliary scale reading into the least count. Now the main scale reading is equal to 25 mm. The auxiliary scale reading is equal to 30 division. The least count is equal to 0.02 mm. So if we are going to put all the values in the main equation, then the final reading is equal to 25 plus 30 into 0.02. So our final reading will be 25.60 mm. That's our calculation of the third reading. Okay. Thank you for today's practical session. Thank you so much.